Let's do this one now. I was attacked. Goat's new video.
Hey there, buds. More than 6,700 cheaters have been banned since the release. Hey there, buds.
Far.
More than 6,700 cheaters have been banned since the release of the video a few weeks ago. Their gamer tags can be found publicly available in spreadsheets. A new strategy that was most likely influenced by
The Wiggle.
the Wiggle.
Yes.
I think it's clear to say now that the Wiggle is a Tarkov cultural phenomenon.
So the idea is that cheaters don't kill cheaters because they're on the same side. It's like saying Hail Hydra. They're like, oh, okay, we're good.
Goat's video, the guy was like, he was getting added and added by other cheaters.
Cheating communities? Like, you guys can't just cheat by yourselves? You need friends to do it with
Yeah,
you?
fuck
Like,
yeah,
what?
they do. Fuck yeah,
Pinter
they do.
shows the other hacker that Oh, he's wiggling. Look.
Dude,
See that?
this
Yeah.
wiggle thing is so stupid.
Please don't kill me. Oh my god, you are shooting me through a wall.
He was just see that guy's faking that he was cheating. He was wiggling to fake it so he doesn't die. He said, "Please don't shoot me."
Dude.
He sounded exactly like the kind of guy that would use Tarkov cheats as well. Bro, yeah, I just... People that buy hacks on Tarkov just do it so they can actually play the game while they're blazed on weed.
This video, whether you like it or not,
Okay, really?
is a good one.
Yeah, really true.
It's good.
Cause no problem. Nice.
We got Landmark, one of the most popular Tarkov Twitch streamers, to wear a webcam duct taped to his head. And at the time of filming this video, in addition to the 2 million plus views that my video got, over 1 million people have reacted to content creators watching the video outside of the Tarkov community. The footprint that this discussion has is massive. But what now? We are
Yeah, it's
all in agreement that
definitely the biggest like thing that's happened on Tarkov.
cheating
by
is
far.
bad in Tarkov, and rather than turn my back on this game and the community, I'm going to continue to investigate. Today I want to tackle the question, is BSG doing enough about the cheating epidemic? And I thought, how can I measure how well BSG was doing so far? So I came up with a plan to become an undercover hacker and download ESP to see how many people are still cheating in Tarkov. Guys, just kidding. But the question still remains. We know that cheating is too common in Tarkov and that cheats are too easy to acquire. So how do we know that the game developer is doing a good job fighting back? Let's first try to understand why cheating is out of control in some games.
Can I tell you about this exciting new game I'm working on?
Oh, cool. Like, what game?
Listen to this, man. It has insane anti-cheat.
But what about the game? Like, what is it?
Dude, are you sitting down? You will not believe this.
Okay.
It has ridiculous DMA protection. We shut down the ESPers.
But, like,
What
what
am
is
I-
the game? Like, is it like an MMO or a shooter? Or
Are
what?
you hearing me? Aimbots don't stand a fucking chance in this game. Where did you go? I'm not even done telling you about the anti-RMT features.
It's clear that BSG, Battlestate Games, the creator of Escape from Tarkov, didn't think much about anti-cheat when developing their game. They didn't even add BattleEye, a third-party anti-cheat, until 2019. The game had already
Damn.
been available to the public for 2 years at that point. Game developers are in a constant balancing act between working on security versus developing the game itself. Remember that online game that had absolutely no cheaters whatsoever? Exactly.
No. You remember that one game that had no anti-cheat at all? Wasn't that Warzone 1.0, right?
Exactly. Nobody remembers that game. It sucked. If they focus too much on security without providing content, people will just nope out. And if they focus too much on the game without security, the game is certainly to fail as well. I had a chat with the lead
It's a
developer
balancing act.
and the community manager at the Cycle Frontier, a loot extraction shooter like Tarkov, which also struggled with cheaters early in their development. Their Season 3 is set to release later this month on March 29th.
What's
In
Cycle
Season
Frontier?
1, the Cycle Frontier had a pretty nasty cheating problem. But don't take it from me.
Who,
This is the
Megalo?
producer Jonathan weighing in on the matter.
We spend time reading the Steam reviews. Every second negative review is about cheating. So that's why we've created an anti-cheat team, and that's why they're working with top priority on several important initiatives that I've laid out for you today.
Nice.
The Cycle dev team
See, I like I like how he said when you look at the Steam comment reviews, he's actually doing something that the average gamer would do. The average gamer would go look at the Steam comment fucking reviews. You know
The
what I'm saying?
cheating problem by adding many new features, such as a notification when a cheater you died to was banned. And in addition to being notified, you were given a cheater compensation package. The dev team implemented trusted servers, which creates safer lobbies for legit players with a proven track record. And I asked their subreddit how things are going. For a thought experiment, think about what people would write on Reddit if you asked them how the cheater situation is currently in Tarkov. This is what someone wrote about the cycle, and it's pretty much the consensus of the player base right now. Jaeger, with no exaggeration, annihilated the cheaters. And even when you get killed by a cheater, you get a cheater compensation package, consisting of a kit you lost when the cheater gets banned. It's great.
With the cycle, what we've really done is taken a multifaceted approach.
This is Matt Lightfoot, and he's the lead producer at Jaeger and worked on projects like DayZ and Arma.
One of the things you've not
Nice,
mentioned yet is
DayZ,
Battle Eye.
W.
Did you catch that? The cycle uses the same anti-cheat that Tarkov does. Battle Eye.
And Battle Eye is one of many tools. We use a couple. Battle Eye is one of the ones we name. We also use another one that we integrate and isn't named. And part of that is having multiple layers of defense, or like a
That makes perfect fucking sense.
defense in depth strategy, so that sure, you might get past one. Are you going to get past the second? And then also,
And then the
as
third,
Andrew had
or maybe
pointed
the
out,
fourth.
we've also hired people specifically. So we have a dedicated anti-cheat team that is orientated solely on being able to tackle cheaters. And that's
I
from
like that.
both a technological perspective, but also a human perspective as well. So, we're obviously investigating cheaters. You hopped onto the Discords in your last video. What do you think a developer could be doing, right?
Sure.
And then also looking at the other avenues of people that use cheats for profit, and it's really being able to look at every single level of the pipeline and go, how can we prevent each one? A bad thing only doesn't happen because you got one thing wrong. It happens because you got multiple. So if we can stop these people at any one level, we can cut the problem significantly.
Matt told me this multi-layered approach is called the Swiss cheese model. If the red arrows are cheats, having as many layers with the smallest holes is the best approach. This concept is used in all sorts of fields, including disease prevention. What do you think is the biggest motivator of guys who are looking for cheats right now?
Things like RMT are always an issue in games like this, but
What's
I'd actually say
RMT?
most of the cheaters I talk to
What's
or
RMT?
encounter, for a good chunk of them, it's really almost like the desire to win, or more specifically, the desire to not lose because they care so much about their gear. And
This is Andrew, aka Toast. He was brought on in the middle of last year as the anti-cheat community manager. I wonder if Battlestate Games has an anti-cheat community manager.
it's worth it to them to cheat just so that they don't have to go through losing their gear, or so they can get that satisfaction of taking other people's gear, even if they don't deserve it, I guess.
But is it really satisfying though? Because yes, you got the gear, but like, in my opinion, right? At least for me personally, obviously, I'm in a completely different mind state and a completely different way of how I play the game than a cheater. But for me personally, getting their items that's not all of it. That's like maybe 25%. Everything else is filled, like 25% is just on the journey, 25% is built on the fight between the players, the interaction. Like, there's so much more to it than just gaining loot, at least in my eyes.
They just get satisfaction from that sort of thing.
I asked Andrew and Matt what they thought of Battle Eye.
What I'd say when it comes to Battle Eye, or really any, I guess you would call them front-end anti-cheats or software anti-cheats, anything like that, there's sort of a misconception among gamers that those are like a complete package, that you just slap something like Battle Eye on your game and then call it a day. But really how I describe it is something like Battle Eye is more of a tool, or like Matt said, it's more like a layer of protection. Specifically, they detect on the software level. So if someone is running malicious software on their PC, Battle Eye's job is to go in and detect that directly, and once they detect that malicious software, they're able to ban somebody. And in my opinion, they're very good at it, and they've been very helpful.
That's sick.
At doing that in our
They
game.
go directly into their software. Dude, that's fucking sick, man.
The thing is, Battle Eye's not the complete work. Still has to be done on the developers end.
That's
on
actually
our
sick
end,
as fuck.
to actually make sure that there's more layers of protection in place besides just that.
And I'm a huge advocate. The main developer behind it, I don't know how he has so many hours in the day, because he's just always available. You know, if you've got a question or you've got a problem, you can ping him a message and have a conversation, and as Andrew said, you know, it's two-way communication. We can give feedback, and they give feedback to us as well on how we can improve and get better together. And that's always been my experience of BattleEye.
Nice.
And at every single place that I've spoken to about anti-cheat, I'm always a huge advocate, because for what it does really, really well. And it's part of a holistic package as well, you know.
It was at this point that I started to realize that fighting cheaters was a lot more involved than just having a good anti-cheat. You need a lot of cheese.
You know, we had
A
huge
lot
problem
of
with cheaters,
cheese. You gotta have layers.
and now we've solved that. Or, you know, we're on the winning side of that table now. And actually, you know, it'd be one of the things that we're hoping is with season 3.
So it's got to be like Shrek and onions and ogres and all these things. You gotta have layers. Layers. That's the key. Layers.
And
How
and
are we
actually,
only
you know,
10
it'd
minutes?
be
We still got
one of the things that we're
7
hoping
minutes
is
left.
with season 3 that's upcoming at the end
Barely
of
over
March is
halfway.
that we see more players come back to the cycle and experience a far more positive experience than they did with season 1, where there were more cheaters.
I think many players feel like there's some simple solution that if they just installed this certain thing or if they just toggled this certain feature, everything would be fine. But really, it takes a very proactive and engaged approach to just constantly be ahead of the game and constantly be one step ahead of the people who are trying to cheat in your game.
When you did your your test, you know, I watched it and I was like, whoa, every other lobby that's pretty bleak, like, you know. And I feel bad for them, right? It's a tough spot to be in. You know, we're on the other side of that, and I think that,
hopefully
you know, as
Tarkov
a player,
can take that.
as
Yeah.
Andrew said, it's the not hitting cheaters, but also, you know, people being upfront with the problem. This is the problem we've got, this is where we're at, and this is our problem, this is our plan to solve it. You know, Jaeger with the cycle had a really targeted plan to do it once we hit the problem, and we were fairly communicative with it, and now we've come out the other side, we've got a continuing plan as well. So, you know,
And that's great for your community, the community of players that played in the beginning with the cheaters and all that crazy shit going on, and then advance through. They're now going to be so much more loyal to the game and so much more loving to the game because they saw the beforehand, the fucking absolute shit show, and then what it's come to on the other side and shit.
you know, for me as a player, that's what I'd want to see from, you know, other games that are experiencing significant cheating problems, and it's a long road to walk.
I can't help but compare your roadmap and swift action to this post from 4 years ago and the subsequent copy pasta from 12 days ago. I think BSG can do better. To put things into perspective, the Cycle Frontier turned things around in less than 6 months. I
Damn.
previously stated that I wouldn't be
That's
doing any
fucking-
more cheat developer interviews. I don't think there's anything to learn from them at this point, but I thought that if I was going to do an interview, it would be with the hackers who made the cheat I used in my video. They had previously said they were open to chatting with me, and I only wanted one
Damn,
thing
we're gonna
from
hear
them.
from them?
I wanted some audio of them being cocky and bragging about how their cheat hasn't been detected. 3 years. I challenged anyone in my Discord to find any evidence of detection or mass band waves related to the cheat I used, and nobody could come up with anything. I still wanted to get a few sound bites from the cheat distributor. I reached out to them and
Jesus.
identified myself, and
Let's hear it.
here's
I wanna
where I
hear it.
did a stupid thing. Well, I did several stupid things. My first
Damn.
stupid thing was installing cheats on my computer. My second failure was not wiping my entire computer and reinstalling Windows after using cheats. I think you can see where this is going. There's a nasty thing called a rootkit, and when you get
Oh, so if that guy's like inside his computer, that's wild.
installing cheats on my computer. My second failure was not wiping my entire computer and reinstalling Windows after using cheats. I think you can see where this is going. There's a nasty thing called a rootkit, and when you give cheat devs access to your computer, they can install malicious software that lives within the operating system. It's very difficult to detect, and they can steal information to sell to third parties. You see, cheats require you to basically turn off all forms of antivirus protection to work, and then they gain access to the core of your computer's operating system, and they generally have complete control over everything.
Oh, he is inside the computer. Fuck no, son. Hell no. That's the biggest fuck no, bro. That's the. Oh my god. All right, where's
And
this
they gain
going?
access to the
This just got crazy. This is the juice.
core of your computer's operating system, and they generally have complete control over everything if they want. And several people told me to wipe my drives and reinstall Windows, and I was going to do that, but I didn't do it quickly enough. But even if
Damn.
my computer was compromised, they didn't really know which user was me, They have so many clients, I doubt they were able to figure out who I was. And that's where I made a final mistake.
You told
I
them
attempted
who
to
you
get into
were.
contact with the cheat devs, their Discord server, which only recently added a specialized verification bot, noticed I was logged in from the same location with a different account and flagged me as a secondary account. This gave them the necessary info to figure out more than just who I was, but what account I had with them. They messaged me and asked me to, quote, stop trying to get verified. And later that day, my computer wouldn't boot up. They did what's called a boot nuke. They fried 3 of my hard drives, all M2.0 drives, all inaccessible and gone. NVMe drivers are very reliable, and these drives were purchased in the last 3 months. They are.
Oh my fucking god.
NVMe drivers are very reliable, and these drives were purchased in the last 3 months. They aren't even the same make or model and showed no signs of failure previously. It's reasonable to assume that they were able to mess with the drivers and render the NVMe drives useless. In any case, I tossed them in the trash, and I'm up and running again. BSG has a long list of things they need to do to fight cheaters.
Hey. There's a little bit more fucking reason as why you shouldn't fucking cheat like a bum.
Not just detection.
Jesus.
Recently, they banned the ability to trade items with other players on the flea market. This eliminated a way that RMT cheaters could deliver rare items, like this key. But there's a lot that BSG isn't doing. Why not add another anti-cheat like the Cycle did? Or hire more staff to ban players quickly? Or add trusted lobbies or any number of things? We need to give them time to do the work they need to do. But we also can't forget and let them off the hook like they've done numerous times before in the past 4 years. I'll know they're doing a better job when I log into this website and their cheats are not working. I'll know they are winning against RMTers when these websites stop offering carries. AGS and all of its various resellers and rebranders have been around for 3 fucking years. How? It's because they have no aimbot. It's basically a read-only cheat. It gives you info and nothing more. No detectable features. Speed hacks, teleport, flying, unlimited stamina. The game devs.
Oh my fucking god. Wait, hold up. Go back.
Rebranders have been around for 3 fucking years. How? It's because they have no aimbot. It's basically a read-only cheat. It gives you info and nothing more. No detectable features. Speed hacks, teleport, flying, unlimited stamina. The game devs can't detect the effects of the cheat. The anti-cheat can't detect the cheat. We're going to talk to an anti-cheat developer and figure out why this is such a problem. I'm going to pause this.
Wait, so how the fuck can they detect it? They can't, like... Dude, that's fucking wild.
Story.
Is it just the fact that they can't see what the player sees? But that wouldn't make sense, right? Because, like, they could obviously just switch to his perspective, right? But I guess they'll only see his... Fuck. I guess they'll probably only see his perspective from the game and not, like... Because I bet... If I were to, like, assume the cheat is, like, an overlay or something, right? And it's on... it's on his PC alone. So it's like an add-on. So, like, they can probably only see the game and then his add-on's, like... I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out. It's like... fucking rocket science to a fucking caveman.
For now, and let BSG and Battle Eye do their thing. I will not forget, and we will follow up on the situation.
Wait, go back. What did you say?
Devs can't detect the effects of the cheat. The anti-cheat can't detect the cheat. We're going to talk to an anti-cheat developer and figure out why this is such a problem. I'm going to pause this story for now and let BSG and Battle Eye do their thing. I will not forget, and we will follow up on the situation. But I fear being a negative Nancy and just yelling to speak to BSG's manager just isn't the right move here. I challenge BSG to ban the cheat I used. They've had 3 years to download and reverse engineer it. We can't know exactly how effective their recent changes are, but I know that if basically anyone with a credit card who wants to cheat can cheat, with a 3-year-old program, means we aren't winning. Hey, it's Future Goat, and at this point in the video, I challenged BSG to detect and ban ABS. It's the cheat I used in the video. And as I was editing, news broke that the developers behind the popular cheat, located in China, were arrested and their servers went down.
What?
I can't verify if the actual developers of the cheat are behind bars, but it is confirmed that the cheat is down with no hope of coming back anytime soon. Over 5,000 active users lost their access to the cheat. I have my reservations about this success. Will another cheat take its place? How easy will it be for them to relaunch the servers? I don't know.
That's just... Holy fuck. 5,000 players. That's just one software, right?
But I do know this. A cheat that has existed for 3 years, undetected and unmitigated by BSG, just went down. Let's see what happens next. I'd like to take a minute to thank my YouTube members, my Discord boosters, and my researchers. I'm working on...
Yeah, let's see what happens next, man. Real and true. Bro, how is he still hasn't hit 100K? That's disrespectful, bro. You motherfuckers need to go subscribe to G0at, dude.